window. It's going to show me how it's going to go. It's going to get started here. Peace and greetings to you all. Islam, Islam, Islam. I am Brother Hassan Ghazi Obey here at Morocco at Northwest of Maxim. How are you? Just got finished listening to an excellent State of the Nationals presentation with Mother Tamara L. and Brother Taj Tariq Bey was the special guest this evening. Right after, here we are here, right? Going to enjoy ourselves, have a little fun, going to present a little something, can astrology be practically utilized? That's the thing here. Can astrology be practically utilized? That's the question, right? So, let me get some things in front of me. Looky, Astro Cookie. Got the chart here, guys, right? I just wanted to see what was on the rise. I was kind of looking at things while, I was looking at, I was listening to the presentation. And I was like, okay, so Scorpio's on the rise, talking about inheritance too, right? With Scorpio being on the rise and Brother Taj is speaking on inheritance and hereditament and, our Saba Sabian culture as well. So also makes me think of Haim Saban, or Haim Saban, depends on how you say it. The one who created the Power Rangers, and you see Saban, so that came to mind just briefly as well. However, I'm going to share this out briefly before I go in. Come on in, have a seat, stay a while. I'm going to kick it with you for about an hour, all right? Want to give you guys a reminder as I'm kicking it off. Let me move me out the way so you guys can see what it is, right? Every Sunday until May 17th, 2020. Commencing when? This Sunday coming. April 19th, 2020 at 11:25 anti-meridian Eastern until 4 post-meridian Eastern, where at the Zoom conference meeting room online via the internet, you will receive that meeting ID and meeting password on Saturday. Alrighty, the eleemosynary tuition is 27 notes in lieu of lawful money via the Cash App at the Caduceus symbol, or $, as you would say. Our Astrology Street. Alrighty, reserve your seat now. Call 443-376-8764 or email myastrologystreet@gmail.com. Student seat reservation. Only 300 seats available now. We're about up to maybe, a little less than that. We still got a lot of seats left, just, that's what Zoom allows. Zoom allows you to have up to 300 people, you know what I'm saying? But hey, a few of y'all coming in already. So I know more of y'all want to come in, because you probably don't get compensated till later on in this week or like next week or something like that. And the classes are going to be, technically archived. Some people, I know you got to come in for a little while and then go on out and get your pennies, So I get it. All right. So we're going to have a little fun. All right. And enjoy ourselves, Going to enjoy ourselves. Come and join us. And what's Zoom? I had asked someone the other day, do you even have Zoom? Do you have a device with Zoom on it, whether it's phone, tablet, or computer, whether desktop or laptop? And, make sure you guys download the Zoom app, because you're going to have to join the meeting and then type in the meeting ID and then type in the password, the meeting password. So don't get, I guess, like, oh my goodness, I'm flustered because I don't really know what Zoom is. It's okay. Don't even worry about it. You're good. Hakuna Matata. No worries. Alrighty? So, I want to share this out, guys. And then we're going to have some fun. Alrighty? We want to enjoy ourselves. I'm going to read this chart here. And then I'm going to go into a little something here as well. Maybe a little ephemeris, but something I want to share with you guys and just kind of see how it works. So you guys can test it out with me. We've got, a little, it's not too much, but just something that, does this help? Is this helpful? Do you guys enjoy us doing this? So, I'll get to it. You'll see it in a second, actually. So it is what it is. Right? Let's get this on out there and share. Let's see if anybody's in the chat for right now. Who's here joining so far? Let's see if it's anybody. Hey, let's see who it is. Alrighty, Mother Tamara. Peaceful greetings to you, Islam. Mother Tamara's here. That's good. Hey, as long as I get one, right? It's all good. So, what I'm going to go in on, just wanted to, like I said, I got a little, kind of not just a surprise, but I'm just incorporating something else into, just sharing things online, and just want to see, is it assisting? Is it helpful? So to all, the fam out there in the Facebook world, I'm going to share this out to you as well, just so you can have it or whatever. You might want to join me now too, as well. And we're going to have a little fun. Before I get started, is there any questions? What's in the stars? See, I see that. That's an excellent question, Mother Tamara, already. What's in the stars, right? Excellent question. And if I just go right here, briefly, like I said, we're at the end of Scorpio, right? As far as what's on the rise here, from our perspective here near the Baltimore Corporation. What's on the rise, right? So, with Scorpio being at its end and that being on the rise, it's just kind of like, really going in depth into things behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? Really going in depth into what we may view pertaining to occult knowledge or information, which really is just our inherited a culture that we have been, perceiving or calling, information or others' knowledges and things of that nature or whatever. So with Scorpio on the rise, that means where's Mars and where's Pluto, right? Well, Mars, of course, as you guys can see right here, Mars is at 12 degrees Aquarius, 2 minutes, right? See that right here? Mars, 12 degrees Aquarius. Oh, I'm sorry, I thought that said 2 minutes. That's 0 minutes. 12 degrees Aquarius, exactly. You know what? When that Mars hits that 15th degree, though, when Mars hits 15 degrees, I'm almost sure that there's going to be a lot of Tupac being played. Because if I'm not mistaken, I think Tupac's North Node is at the angel degree in Aquarius, and the angel degree is 15 degrees Aquarius, according to the Encyclopedia of Astrology by Nicholas Devore in the degree section of the Encyclopedia of Astrology, based on the Fixed Stars in Astrology by Vivian E. Robson. And I'm just like, I got a feeling a lot of people are going to be doing it. Like, it's something. I guarantee you, on the internet, not just me speaking on it. Watch. In a few days or so, in a couple days or so, you're going to see a lot of Tupac energy is going to be activated. Alrighty. Pretty sure probably in the last day or so, somebody was bumping Picture Me Rolling or something, you know what I mean? I'm so serious. I don't know why that's specifically that, came in my head. Anyway, to continue, right? Pluto's still hanging in Capricorn here. Look, see, Pluto, 24 degrees Capricorn, right? So even in how far they are apart, 6 and 12 is 18, so they're 18 degrees apart. That would be called a Wigentile. And it's almost going on, 17 degrees apart, with it being close to 25 degrees Capricorn, that is, with Pluto. Wigentile. Wigentile is a 20th of the zodiac. Okay, it's a 20th, because 20 times 18 is 360. Alrighty. So with that being said, the Wigentile is, basically half decile. Decile is a 10th, which is 36 degrees, right? which is half of a quintile, which is 72 degrees, which is a fifth of the circle, right? Which is really this playful kind of creative energy, but deeply subconscious though. Deeply subconscious energy. And that where, when you ask that question in the spirit pertaining to horary, Mother Tamara, that's how I answer it pertaining to that. As we can see now, the first house cusp, 29 degrees Scorpio, 35 minutes, 36 minutes now, because this is moving real time. You see the Julian day is just moving. So this is real time. From my perspective here near the Baltimore Corporation, Maryland State Republic, okay? Utilizing a Placidus house system, tropical astrological system. This is how I'm perceiving the planets in the house cusps. Alrighty. So that's where that's my response for so far what's in the stars. Just really looking at the fact that the planet pertaining to unpredictability or action or activity, forced thinking, forced idealism. Even though Pisces is more idealism, but we talking Tropic Aries, 25 degrees of it is Vedic Pisces. However, with that being said, nonetheless, with this fractal fifth vibrational energy, because it's dealing with the kind of the 18th vibration almost, sort of, or not 18th, it's kind of a 20th actually, because you're talking the 20th of a circle, you know what I mean, which is still, that's 4 times 5. So, 4 is dealing with like a squaring energy, 5 is creativity. So, there's this moon and sun kind of energy going on, and it's interesting how the sun and moon right now, like the moon is sextile the sun before it reaches Amavasya, which is new moon in Sanskrit. So it's doing the Krishna Paksha, which is basically saying the moon is decreasing in light, right? So with that being said, to further even look at that, Mars in Aquarius, Pluto in Capricorn, Saturn is just like, hey man, I'm chilling because I'm between both my signs, you know what I mean? I'm chilling in, I'm chilling in Capricorn or Aquarius. 1 degree Aquarius, 29 minutes. So that Saturn being there, man, us really being disciplined with astrology, or really, enjoying astrology like a discipline, like we're learning it in a way to be, practical with it, and being utilitarianistic, so to speak, with astrology as well. Really getting the essentials out of it, because Saturn, a keyword for Saturn that I love is essential. You know what I mean? A lot of people, when they think Saturn, they think limiting, disciplining, preventing. Saturn's more like, if you don't get it right, you gotta start back to the beginning. You know what I mean? You gotta go back to the beginning or whatever. So just kind of looking at that alone, you know what I mean, and how you can see it practically being used. Now, if I moved on, now we see, look, 17 minutes into Sagittarius, the first house is, right? 18 minutes into Sagittarius now in the first house, tropical Sagittarius. Where's Jupiter? Because Jupiter's ruling that first house now. It's ruling the ascendant, alrighty? The ascendant is when the ecliptic plane and the horizon plane intersect. And at that point at intersection, we call the ascendant. Alrighty, so that first house cusp, that ascendant that we're saying, really, when you go into Vedic astrology and you're checking like a Bhava chart, B-H-A-V-A, Bhava. Bhava is like the house chart. The Rashi chart is based on the Rashis, which is the signs. Usually, whatever the ascendant is usually the midpoint pertaining to the first house. So really, the first house is actually encompassed 15 degrees prior and 15 degrees if this is the ascendant, the midpoint. So let's say like 0 degrees 28 minutes, so 15 degrees prior and 15 degrees after. This is actually the whole first house. This is not just the first house starting from here and then where the second house. This is actually, in Vedic astrology, if you check some Vedic astrologers, and check that, they'll, let you know, like my man E.K. Dilip Kumar, like he probably doesn't even know me, but like, dude, like seriously, namaste, like I appreciate what you do, you know what I mean? Like seriously. But like he'll even let you know, and when it comes to a Baba chart, normally the first house cusp, or what is called the ascendant, is usually the midpoint for the entire first house. So you got 15 degrees prior, 15 degrees after, but that's in that system pertaining to astrology. And if you were listening to Brother Taj tonight, and speaking about, this, our ancient Gnostic culture, is still being preserved, in India, Europe, and Africa, you know what I mean, Asia, so to speak, with the India, you know what I'm saying, but it is what it is, right? So let me go back here real quick and see if anyone has asked anything else. Let's see what we got going on here. AH Bay, ooh, I got the alert. Indeed, already plugged. Was searching, scrambling to find your page. Islam. Love Tupac. See, indeed. Watch. It's people gonna be cleaning their house to Tupac in the next couple of days. If you got babies that are just recently born and they don't really know what Tupac is, they're like, Mom, what's this? Come with me, Hail Mary. Like, what is this, Mom? Is this Catholic rap music? He's saying Hail Mary. I'm kidding. No, I'm serious, actually. But it is what it is. So, are there any other questions, though? Shoot your questions at me. What's up? I'm all ears. And I'm going to go in further. Like I said, I was kind of still in the middle of sharing to you guys out there in Facebook land. You know what I mean? So I'm just trying to go through it real quick. Right? So they even further go into it and just looking at Jupiter, right? And I said, hey, where's Jupiter? Because now, Sag is on the rise, right? 26 degrees Capricorn, 4 minutes. Alrighty, so, most people are like, oh, Jupiter doesn't do too well in Capricorn. Don't expect Jupiter to do so well, pardon me. Don't expect Jupiter to do so well in Capricorn, boo-hoo. It's like, what? What do you mean? Jupiter doesn't do well in Capricorn. See, I'm not that kind of astrologer, right? I really trust my thinking. I read the material pertaining to other astronomical and astrological observers prior to my existence this lifetime. I observe them. I take them in, to account when I'm doing and making my observations and making comparative, delineations and or conclusions and deductions. So with me, Jupiter's not doing too bad. And plus, astrology's reflectionary. So, it's like, oh, Jupiter does better in Capricorn. In Cancer. There has been some books that said that. In my experience, I've noticed some people with Jupiter in Capricorn, they're really good at whatever they do. To the point, they're the type of people that kind of have to maybe work by themselves because they might, it's not that they don't get along with other people. It's just that Jupiter in Capricorn is like, first of all, Capricorn is business. Jupiter is expansion. That's somebody who's going to be really good at business. Right? Jupiter in Capricorn is the boss, right? But again, that's my delineation, Jupiter in Capricorn is like, I can see why, some things I've read is like Jupiter automatically attracts haters because it's going to be so good at structure. It expands structure, you know what I mean? It, is very religious in business matters. Like, You know what I mean? It's like people gonna hate that. You know what I mean? Man, I just gotta do something, throw a monkey wrench just to make sure he ain't perfect. Jupiter and Capricorn having person. Like, Jupiter and Capricorn that's good energy according to my observations thus far. That's how I see it, guys. Like, honestly, that's really how I see Jupiter and Capricorn is not. And plus, it really depends on how things are being angled. Like, for example, even though I'm saying, yeah, Jupiter's ruling the first house, what's angling Jupiter right now? Like, if I just look with my naked eye right now, first of all, Jupiter's conjunct. If I use the 10-degree orb, something 10 degrees behind it or 10 degrees in front of it, Jupiter's clearly conjunct Pluto, Saturn, Mars. Nah, Mars is out of orb, so not Mars. But Pluto and Saturn definitely. So that alone, you got this expansive transformational structure going on. Or expansive transformational essential gains, essential sudden changes. You know what I mean? And it's interesting because all of that energy that I just even described pertaining to that conjunction is currently in the second house. Second house cusp is at 3 degrees Capricorn, 22 minutes right now. So Saturn's ruling the house pertaining to values and finances right now. So even people, food right now. People are snacking right now, but they're not snacking like they normally would because Saturn in the second house on Capricorn, and the second house deals with fine foods, things of that nature. So even that right now, like somebody's probably snacking on sushi right now. Somebody's probably snacking on Chinese food that they had earlier. Somebody's probably snacking on falafel right now. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm just doing exotic foods because of that second house energy. But I'm just thinking, the reason I'm saying snack, because snack is such a limited portion. You know what I mean? So I'm just giving that. It's just an essential or a limited portion. You know what I mean? That's that Capricorn and Saturn energy. However, Pluto being there, right? You're sneaking it. Somebody not supposed to be eating cookies right now. No, I'm I just got an image. Look, y'all, don't mind me. When I be laughing like that, I be having images in my head of somebody like looking over their shoulder, make sure why you see them stuffing Oreo cookies in their mouth. Yeah, you really trying to hide that last spring roll? Somebody's not supposed to have a certain amount of salt or something and you're eating it. Because Capricorn's analogy to the body is salt, natrum chloride, NaCl, natrum dealing with sodium, Cl, chlorine, so natrum chloride. So maybe, there's some salt snacking going on right now. Chips, potato chips specifically, probably. That's, but, Pluto being there, it just also says, too, Pluto's very powerful, too. So that might mean, like, somebody probably eating, like, seaweed. People are thinking, well, if I'm going to eat a snack and it's something that I normally don't eat, second house, and I want it to be within, it wanted to be healthy, within my structure of health, Capricorn, right? So yeah, somebody's probably snacking on seaweed or wasabi peas, wasabi trail mix. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just kind of how I see it in my head. Like, you guys, don't mind me, right? Let's see what you guys are saying here in the chat. Child coming 2 months. Whoa! Look at that! Congratulations, AH Bay. Hey, brother Siraj, peaceful greetings to you, beloved. Mother Tamara asks from the official House of Reawakening Minds, What's the energy of Tupac that's showing? Well, I'm just thinking, because Mars is so close to 15 degrees Aquarius. So when you check your Encyclopedia of Astrology and check the degree section, and you see 15 degrees is the angel point. People born on the 5th of February are normally born with the sun around the angel point, or the angel degree, right? I think Tupac, if you guys looked at Tupac's natal chart, for you guys, cast natal charts, cast Tupac's natal chart, I think it's his north node. I think Tupac's north node. Yes, his north node is like 15 degrees and some minutes in Aquarius. So with Mars being there, with Mars conjuncting Tupac's north node, I just got a feeling that don't be surprised if Resurrection is on TV or something, you know what I mean? Or something comes up on Netflix, like, you know what I mean? That's just, I don't know. That's just something that just came to my mind, People, like I said, cleaning their house, to Illuminati. You know what I mean? Diehard Tupac fans are listening to the Outlaws CDs. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Because Mars is there, right? In Aquarius, so unpredictable, sudden changes. The Outlaws and Tupac, No? Come on, man. I can't be the only one that sees this stuff. You know what I mean? But mark my words. In a couple days, we'll see. We'll see when Mars gets there. Mars gets to 15 degrees. It's like, hey, yo, you know what? I guess pay attention this weekend. All this weekend, you guys just pay attention. See how many Tupac things you spot this weekend. You know what I mean? What would be an absolute beginner read? What would an absolute beginner read first? Okay, I got that question. Okay, James Weeks Bay. What would an absolute beginner read first? Excellent question, James. There is no right answer. And this is why I say that. If I tell you what I read, 9 times out of 10, what I read was based on my curiosity. And based on my curiosity and my fingers just clackety-clacketing on Google there, and just finding whatever I could find and glean, like Mother Ruth, whatever I could glean from Google and seeing whatever references were being spoken on, and then coming across other people that study astrology and people sharing books with me and other references. Whatever I came across, I just followed the dictates of my soul and went with that. You know what I mean? Now, if I was to make a suggestion, because I think that's what your question is really intending to affectionately inquire, a really good first read on astrology is C.M. Bay's Zodiac Constitution and Circle of Life. However, getting the Zodiac Constitution and the Circle of Life by C.M. Bay, and I'm answering this because I'm answering and speaking to our family, Moors conscious and unconscious, and I'm speaking from the perspective pertaining to nationhood and learning our Moorish culture, or being reminded, let me say that, pertaining to our Moorish culture over again. So, an absolute beginner, let me kind of, specify what kind of beginner. I'm saying one who is beginning to take seriously the principles pertaining to nationality and birthrights. Charles Moseley Bay, Zodiac Constitution. Charles Moseley Bay, Circle of Life. Charles Moseley Bay, Clock of Destiny, Book 1. Charles Moseley Bay, Clock of Destiny, Book 2. I would start there. Pretty sure there's various websites that have them. I obtained mine from rvbaypublications.com. That's where I've gotten most of my reading material, even though my library is filled with books from other resources, diverse resources. Just that when it came to RV Bay Publications, if I wanted to learn anything about Prophet Noble Drew Ali and or CM Bay, I got all of that literature first, so that I could completely grasp uplifting self and studying self. A.H. Bay, how do we read the planets and relate that to actions or attachment to energies? That's an excellent question. How the it ride? I think I know what you mean, though. That question might not have came out how you wanted it to. However, how to ride it, I guess. How to surf that wave, that energy. When you study yourself first, this is why it's important to really get your astrology chart. Because when you study yourself first, the human mind is so interested in hearing about itself and reading about itself. It's narcissistic in nature, and that's not anything negative. It's not a good thing or a bad thing. It's self-love in the sense that you want to know what you're capable of and or not capable of. There are unlimited possibilities, actually, to what you can do. Looking into a genetical figure, or what we call a natal chart, will give you diverse clues, both broad and specific, to who you are, how you relate with the energies among you based on where the energies were when your mom laid you down from her womb, when you exited her womb. So you relate them by knowing what the key words are pertaining to placements in your chart, pertaining to transits that are, interaspecting your chart currently. And then knowing how to delineate, utilizing those keywords to be able to see how you will fare, F-A-R-E, within the grand scheme, as they say, pertaining to any astrological unfoldment, which is you. You're blossoming. All right? James Weeks Bay, what are you using to show the real-time graphic of the zodiac on this live? Astrolog 6.40 is right here in the corner, James. See, it says Astrolog 6.40. Even though 6.50 is updated, it's a free download, actually. Just Google Astrolog 6.50. Next question. Let's see. And you gotta learn it too, man. So thumb around on it. Read the help menus and stuff. Press buttons. Read the key commands. All right? Don't just allow yourself to, I just went and bought some chips. Yo, I'm going back because I was talking about snacking late, right? Alrighty. Limited snacking, right? Or essential snacking. AH, why? War against germs. War against germs. Mother Zodiacus, indeed, Mother Tamara. You're like the lotus plant that rise from the mud up to the marvelous light. Indeed. It makes me think of, there are some people that might not consume music performed by Kevin Gates, but he's got a song where he's speaking about getting it out the mud. And if you really observe Kevin Gates' lyrics, on the surface they seem like these gangster rap lyrics. However, when you observe one who can observe his mind, you're really noticing code, so to speak, or really a lot of esoteric information that he has read. He has been able to lyricize it and put it in trap music form, because when I hear songs like, pardon my French, but like I'm fucking with the plug daughter. Now, most people be like, okay, he's talking about messing with some mobster who's like the plug, and he's messing with this mobster's offspring or posterity that's his daughter. You know, we be rolling side to side when we be placing orders. Wrap the money up and then we send it across the water. You know what I mean? Yo, that's most people would think some street stuff. For me, though, let me tell you what I did with those lyrics. I thought about the Zodiac. I'm fucking with the plug daughter right now. Because the plug, which is, you know, overall source, the all, that's the plug. The all is the plug. You know, the plug has a daughter. Her name's Zodiacus. I'm fucking with the plug daughter. Real shit. Like, that's how I look at it. Pardon my French, but it's late night and I'm keeping it a buck with y'all right now. Just so that we can begin to change our perspectives in how we see things that we consume every day. You know, we can use, like they say, what the devil intended for bad, God will use for good. You know, and that's just all I'm doing, you know, and having fun with it, you know. But at the same time, also knowing that, you know, there are certain concepts that I could speak on and say, and, you know, some people are like, I don't get it. What do you mean by that? Over their head. And that's not my intention. However, I'll answer your questions as you know, comedically as I enjoy to, you know, so to speak. Indeed, so you are like the lotus plant. It's Islam. That's what we all are. We are all that lotus plant that rise from the mud up to marvelous light, Mother Tamara. We all are. And at different times we blossom. We develop and we blossom. Brother Siraj Abdullah Bey, I may have come in late, but could you give information on your classes? Yes, Brother Siraj, I can. That's not how Brother Siraj sounds, guys. I was just having fun, all right? This is credited to my Mercury in Leo in the second house, all right? So that's why I do voiceovers and things like that. And anyway, let's get back to, you know, that question. That was an excellent question, so here we go. Let me take this out again. Alrighty. Astrology 101 workshop with Brother Hassan Ghazi Obey every Sunday until May 17, 2020, commencing when? Sunday, April 19th, 2020, 11:25 anti-meridian Eastern until 4 post-meridian Eastern. Where? Zoom conference meeting room online via internet, and you will receive on Saturdays the meeting ID and the password. The eleemosynary tuition, 27 notes in lieu of lawful money via Cash App, caduceus symbol, or what you call a $sign. Our Astrology Street. Reserve your seats now. Call 443-376-8764. Email myastrologystreet@gmail.com. Student seat reservation. Only 300 seats available. First come, first served. Right? And that's what it is, Brother Siraj. Thank you for asking for that. A.H. Bay, what can the mamas use astrology for? Woo-hoo. What can the mamas use astrology for? And I think with this one, I'm going to use this scene to answer, and I'm going to have some fun. And I said, guys, I might have a little something that I want to use. Not really a surprise, but I just want to try something. You guys tell me if you enjoy it. Let me move here real quick, move out the way, and get my Astro Weatherman on real quick, right? Mothers, like, mothers are about security, right? And sometimes when we're talking security, we're talking financial security. When the moon is void of course, it has been documented through certain observations that moon void of course is buyer's remorse. When the moon is void of course, and moon actually, you know, is the dispositor for Cancer. It rules the breast and stomach, which is overall the womb as well. You know what I'm saying? Because mother, once relieving us from her womb, she feeds us via the breast, right? And the question is, what can the mamas use astrology for? So financial, right? erudition, so to speak, right? I have fun with the education and erudition thing because I like seeing the polarities and things, right? Alrighty, so today the moon entered Aquarius at 3:38. It will make its last aspect sextile to the sun, which is where it is now, at 10:35 tomorrow. Alrighty. And it will be void from 10:35 until 2:30. That's 3 hours and 55 minutes. And at 2:30 tomorrow, post-meridian Eastern, it will enter Pisces, right? Let me do this so I don't fall off this stool. Right? Pisces, right? So, Hassan, what that got to do with me asking what can the mamas use astrology for? All right, what can the mamas use it for? Mama, don't spend nothing. Don't reach into your purse between 10:35 a.m. tomorrow and 2:30 p.m. tomorrow. Make no major purchases during that time. That's another example of practically utilizing astrology. See how it works. Don't do it. Don't do it. You know what I'm saying? Don't do it. I said don't do it. That's how I would actually looking at that, you know, I'm gonna have to actually kind of look at that. Pardon me, y'all. So that's just how I look at that for the mamas, right? And let's just see how this will work for me, right? Let's get this going. Bring this down. Gratitude indeed, brother Siraj, indeed, beloved. Gratitude indeed. Alrighty. AH says, wow. Indeedament. Right? What am I doing here? Right? Oh, it's not on this one. Pardon me. I thought it was on that one. It's actually on this one. Right? I'll take this out. And I think with this one, I'm going to scoot over here, right? And I plan on utilizing this now, guys, and I hope, you know, it is something that you guys will enjoy me utilizing, right? But however, I really think I want to make maybe this a little bit larger. Maybe, but let me just right here real quick and just kind of give you guys a little something, right? And just tell me, you know, let's say like when mother asks, how can the mothers utilize it? Let me show you something about astrology. The sign, oh, pardon me. Let me see if I actually got this correct. This is the sign Aries, right? Let me actually do that one more again. All right. Get that time up there. Get this one right here, right? For today. Alright, so mothers, look, check this out. This is the sign, this is the glyph for Aries, right? What does that look like to you? See, when learning astrology, the first sign you come across, or what we're being taught with the ancient tropic astrology, which is Hellenistic and or medieval astrology, which is ours. Because when you think of Hellenistic and you're thinking Greek, that's us. Tropic astrology, you're learning that Aries is the first sign. Even when reading C.M. Bayes literature, right? So this is the first sign, right? Aries. Aries resembles very much mother's womb, right? Let me go here, right? And just move this out the way real quick, right? That's mother's womb right there. However, when first learning it, we're told that this is Aries, right? So when you think about the ram, right, it's funny because the sign right before that, let me actually make more room here, guys. Give me 2 moments. Let me actually erase this in 2 moments. Alright. Let's make them a little smaller, actually. That's a glyph, right? For Aries, right? Let's get that, right? And I say Aries looks like mother's womb, right? Aries looks like mother's womb, right? Now, I'm going to show you something to you mothers so you can see it. And I'm not being vulgar, so pardon me for showing you my professionalism, right? So the zodiac goes from Aries to Pisces, right? Alright, so from Aries to Pisces, right? Now, when mother is on her back, right? Let me Control Z that and just do this briefly. Let me screw it over. When mother is on, pardon me, when mother is on her back, right? We see the fish, right? So some may see this as the vaginal opening here, right? Because Pisces deals with the fish. So when mother is prone on her back, because this would obviously be anus, this would be vaginal opening, this would be the mons pubis right here. You know, the mons pubis when looking at mother when she's prone on her back, right? It's the mons pubis, right? So that's the mountain, the pubic mountain, right? That's when she's prone. However, when she's standing up, right? When mother is standing, actually, you know, this is Aries looks like, oh, pardon me, guys. Let me redo that one more again. All right, I'll do my best to be sound in my drawing here. All right, let's see. I'll do it like this, right? I'll do it like this, right? Like this, right? And usually we have something like that over it, right? We'll do this here like this, and we'll have that going over, right? So, and then usually you have an ovary here, and ovary here, because this is the ram, and then you have the uterus and the endometrium, which lines that uterus. But that's when mother is standing up. You know what I mean? So when she's standing up, you see the ram. That's Aries. However, when she's prone on her back, you see the fish right here. So that's the woman. The zodiac is the woman if you look at it with that perspective. You know? I hope you guys can see that. How can mothers use it? Mother, you're the zodiac from head to toe. But the head, Aries, right? Because even though Aries, the womb is literally Cancer, I just say that, this looks like the woman's reproductive organ, right? That's what I call myself drawing there, right? And that's when she's standing up. You can see her, when she's standing up. A frontal view, if you see her inside, would be that. An external view of her when she's on her back is this fish here. Like I said, this would be, gluteus minimus at this point, because this would be us looking at the vaginal opening. This would be anus here. Of course, the gluteus minimus. Whoa, this would be maximus. So gluteus maximus portion here, or whatever. Mons pubis right there. The pubic mountain. And that's just what it is. From Aries to Pisces. So from head to toe. Alrighty? So Aries does deal with the head. Pisces does deal with the feet. But you can also see where you got your head start within mother. Head start. So that's where you got your beginning and you ended up coming out here. Any questions? Let's go back to the chat and see what you guys got going on there. And that's what I wanted to show you. Like, guys, I just wanted to know, do you like this whiteboard thing that's going on here? Because this is another thing that we want to incorporate. We want to incorporate, the whiteboard, Mother Tamara for our house, or the official House of Reawakening Mind, says, great illustration, which shows that her womb is the first classroom, tree of life, the giver of life, in Islam. I mean, I can't say it any better. You know what I mean? It just is what it is, and I trust that we'll be able to do more good with using this whiteboard here. I'm utilizing Microsoft OneNote to capture, this whiteboard demonstration here as well. So I really hope that answered the question there. Are there any other questions for me? Any other questions? All right. Goodness gracious. Move my chair back. My bad, y'all. So, are there any other questions for me, guys? Go back into this chat just very briefly. Because I'm going to yield the floor on this one. It's 11:04. I think I got started at 9 after. Maybe 12 after. I got started at 12 after. So my hour is coming up. About 8 more minutes. My hour is up. Like the whiteboard, James Weeks Bay, I appreciate you, beloved brother. I'm going to get that utilized a little more. Make sure, when our elders are presenting as well, those that decide they would like to utilize that, or if someone that is there, could illustrate while they're doing it, or we can just incorporate it more, that'll be great. You know what I mean? And being able to, teach and utilize whiteboard activity and doing our lessons that way, just in case you guys want to be able to kind of just, be able to see the board. Sometimes when we're live, people may be like, I can't see the board. Oh my God, it's grainy. It's all blurry. So we're hoping that this will take away the blurriness. Utilizing the whiteboard. Will you cover other topics other than Zodiac in class? Well, Zodiac is foundation for the class that I'm working on, that I'll be giving on Sundays for the 5 weeks in a row. I will touch on many other things other than the Zodiac. However, the foundation, and a lot of times when you ask me questions, I'm going to refer to the Zodiac in some kind of way. And I'm not going to just be answering your questions. I'm going to show you how to find the answer, how to think about what you just asked, how to think about what keywords you could look up to find out what it is that you're looking for. And seeing how deep the rabbit hole goes when you actually follow your own thinking, trust your own thinking, and don't even let me put my spirit on you, so that you can be able to develop yourself sincerely. All I'm doing is taking what I have learned and being able to share, and just finding a fair way to exchange that information with you in a time where past midnight is what it is, actually. Let's see. Visuals A+. Thanks. I appreciate you, AH Bay. Thank you so much. I got a feeling that that's a mother. So I'm going to say Mother AH Bay. If I'm wrong, just say I'm wrong. That's great. Gratitude. Yes, indeed. Now, I'm going to speak on different things. So if people are like, man, so you telling me I can use astrology in this court case? Yeah. It's just, you gotta be real calm. You gotta be real chill and just really know that this stuff is something that can be boom, 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 utilized a certain way. However, my approach and how I see it is based on my interaction with it over a certain amount of time. However, it's not really about time with this. It boils down to sincerity, point blank. That's it. That's all. It boils down to sincerity. All right. So, with that being said, one more minute. Anything else? Anybody else? Any comments, questions, anything of that nature? Guess I'll go in this one more time. Here's number 3. Let's get this going. One more Gizian. Every Sunday, alrighty, Astrology 101 workshop with Brother Hassan Ghazi Obey every Sunday until May 17th, 2020, commencing when? Excellent question. Sunday, April 19th, 2020 at 11:25 anti-meridian Eastern until 4 post-meridian Eastern. Where? Zoom conference meeting room online via internet. You will receive the meeting ID and the meeting password on Saturdays. Alrighty, the email will go out from Mother Tamara, who is also recording the classes so they can be archived. Alrighty. For the students that transact their eleemosynary tuition, let me make sure I make that clear. The eleemosynary tuition is 27 notes in lieu of lawful money via Cash App, Caduceus symbol, or what you call a $, our Astrology Street. So that means it is 27 per class. That's a total eleemosynary tuition pertaining to 135 notes in lieu of lawful money. Unless you would like to give me 135 silver dimes, because that's lawful money. 135 silver dimes. Right? Looking forward to Sunday school? Yes, yes, indeed, Mother Tamara, A.H. Bay for Mother, indeed. So reserve your seats now. Transact your eleemosynary tuition. Like I said, it's 27 notes in lieu of lawful money per class, or a total, if you want to transact all at once, 135 in lieu of lawful money. Reserve your seats now. Call 443-376-8764, or preferably email myastrologystreet@gmail.com. However, when you call me, we can just briefly converse, go over the disclosure, even though I'm giving it to you right now. Abdul Hakim Bey. Alrighty, okay, got it, brother. Abdul Hakim Bey. Alrighty, so that correction is made. A.H. Bey is the brother, and brother, you're very noble for doing what you're doing and seeking it for Mother. So I get it now. We're here. Student seat reservation, only 300 seats available. First come, first serve. Alrighty, so I look forward to seeing you guys. And so it's been suggested don't give you guys a cutoff date, because I know that sometimes you're compensated from however, you're compensated for doing whatever skill you do or contracting you do to earn a living, right? So, like I said, the classes are archived. Some students, they know that they have to work during that time, but they've already transacted, counting on being able to come home and just relying on the archive. So you got that as your option as well. Alrighty. Reppin' Mother's son. Indeed, Brother Abdul Hakim Bey. Indeed. Alrighty, y'all. With that, I'm coming up. It's 11:10 post-meridian Eastern right now. I am going to get on out of here. Going to enjoy myself. Maybe grab me one of those essential snacks. Oh man, I love you all. Thank you so much for kicking it with me this evening. It's now 11:11 post-meridian Eastern. With that, I yield the floor, beloveds. Namaste. Islam, Islam, Islam. Peace and love.